Let's talk about some books, Rico. Welcome to Night City. Hi guys, welcome to another video. Today we're doing another book review, and I have an all-time favorite of mine since I read it. Today we are reviewing Cyberpunk 2077, No Coincidence. This is a novel by Rafat Kosik. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And we're going to go ahead and jump in on this video. All right, so welcome to another review, guys. As always, I'm trying to do as many of these as possible spoiler free. I do not want to spoil these for anyone who hasn't read it. This is for, people that are iffy on it. This is considered a sci-fi novel, and I like to do these reviews with 3 major points. Point number 1, I like to go over plot. I feel like that's a very important selection when you're picking what to read. Then I like to go over the characters, and then I like to save my third little spot for any extra little details, any little bonuses, or maybe it's a special edition and it has extra content, anything like that, that just helps everyone decide which version to get and helps everyone make a good decision. So without further ado, let's jump right in and start with number 1, the plot. So, what is the plot of Cyberpunk No Coincidence? So, I'm one of those people, I played the game. So, for me personally, I enjoyed the game so much. As soon as I heard there was a book, I jumped in, I paid full price. I didn't wait for sales or anything. I got me a copy. But for those people that haven't played the game, maybe you had a bad experience with that Rocky launch, or, maybe it just never interested you. Cyberpunk it's this dark dystopian city, looting all the time. There's crime like crazy. It's the future, but it doesn't seem to be a very good future. So the plot for us is we have 5 strangers, and basically our strangers are trying to pull off a job, a major job, a heist. They're trying to get themselves into a better situation in life. All of them have very interesting backgrounds, and we'll cover that more with the characters, but they're trying to successfully pull off this heist. And I'm sure, as you can tell by the length of the book, some things happen during our heist, and like I said, I don't want to spoil anything. But let's just say this heist leads to possibly more jobs for these people, to go up in society and not be, the bottom mongers, the people that are scraping by, barely making it. And the plot is just, I thought it was interesting. It might not be everybody's cup of tea, because with it being 5 characters, 5 strangers, we're learning from each of these people's perspectives. So, one chapter you're following one character and his mindset, and then you're following another character and their mindset, and it's a lot of back and forth. And typically I would like my novels to kind of be concise, but the way he did this, and the way the plot moves forward, it's a very slow moving plot, and it definitely starts to pick up more towards the end. But I think I actually really like the way he does this. This author did a fantastic job of jumping around, and he jumped around at really good points where, you finish a chapter and you're like, oh, what the? Are you serious? I gotta wait till I come back to this character to find out what happened. Oh my goodness. It's very, very, very well done. If you're a fan of cliffhangers, the plot just, it throws them at you like you're playing a game and you're just chucking grenades. It's just cliffhanger, 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 cliffhanger. What happened next? What's happening next? Oh my goodness. It's a roller coaster of a book, but it's done in such a well way, and the plot, man, it just holds it all together. The way that everything happens, and man, just phenomenally done. What can I not spoil? So plot wise, we're gonna have a lot of battles. We're gonna have a lot of combat. We're gonna have a lot of just very, very interesting interactions. There's gangs. There's all kinds of different groups. The cybernetics that people get, so you can cybernetically enhance your strength. You can cybernetically enhance your mind. All of that is handled so well. And for people that have played the game, I think it does dive not a lot, but it dives deeper and explains even further how these things came to be, how they got as good as they are, where they decided to make improvements and when. It's very, very cool. I give the plot an easy 10 out of 10. Definitely, definitely well done. I definitely hope something comes after this book. I feel like it's still new enough that it's fair that they haven't announced anything. I am keeping my eyes out, and I have a pretty good feeling that if they do announce one, I will be one of the first people in line throwing out my money, saying, give me the book, please. I want to know what you guys have in store for me. Yeah, I'm scared to cover too much because of the way the plot is. The plot, it's one of those plots that starts right out the gate. By the end of the first chapter, you're center in a plot that's expanding and growing out and branching, and so it's difficult to not go into spoiler territory. You can't cover too much of the plot without starting to really affect that. But let's move on to step number 2 in my review, which is the characters. Now, we have for main characters, we have five. Five strangers. They've never met. They know nothing about each other. And spoiler-wise, if you want to know anything about these characters, let's just say we have male characters, we have female characters. They're very unique. There are some similarities with their characters, but there is definitely a lot more differences between each of these characters. So when they're interacting, it's fun. It's kind of like watching like a drama show on TV with like kids in school, and they're debating back and forth and trying to come to a decision that everybody's happy with. You have a lot of just very neat interactions because of each character being so unique and coming from such a unique background, you know? I think they're very well done. I can say it does leave a little to be desired. There definitely is not as much character building as you would typically see in other novels. They're not badly done characters at all. They're very, very well done. But without spoiling anything, I mean, honestly, I can't give the characters a 10 out of 10 on this. I'd say I give them a solid 9 out of 10. Just because of how much I feel like isn't told. How much is left to be desired. That's a better way to put it. I feel like there is, by the end of the book, you know, when you read that last sentence, I mean, it definitely ends in a very good way. The ending is done very good. I've read plenty of books that have endings where you're like, okay, it's over. What? What do you mean? You didn't really end it. The ending is done good. But I feel like there were so many loose ends with the characters that weren't covered, weren't touched on enough. And I feel like there was even at times where there was some stuff that wasn't really touched on much of it all. And so as much as I really, really enjoyed the book, I cannot give the characters a solid perfect score. But they are good characters. I feel like a 9 out of a 10 is a very respectable, you know, still very high score. They're still good characters. They're just not, they're not at the top of the totem pole. And now, number 3. We are going to talk about anything extra. So, I am a very, very big fan. I prefer hardcovers over paperbacks. So extra detail wise, if you're willing to buy the hardcover, which does cost more, it does include additional artwork on the reverse side of the jacket. So I will pop this off so you can see. It is very nice. I like it. And fans that have played the game will definitely appreciate it also. So you get this very, very, very nice view of the city. And like I said, for those that have played the game, this is just a visual little extra where you're like, awesome, that's cool. Other little extras. Let's see. I mean, there's not a crap ton, I feel like, to talk about extra with this. As a disclaimer, for any younger readers, do be wary. This is, there's definitely some more mature topics covered in this book. So be mindful, parents that are buying this for their kids. But coming from the game side, you should already kind of know that. For our newcomers, just be wary. There is content that I would definitely, you know, like the whole ESRB with games like 17 up, more on that side. I would lean more towards that. I don't think they actually put that anywhere on here. No, so yeah, be wary. It's not like crazy Game of Thrones over the top, but there is definitely content you want to watch for. It can be a little bit more gruesome than some books you would read, but honestly, there's not an insane amount. I would push for you to buy the hardcover version over the paperback. It is a very, very nice copy, and it's not that much more. I have seen it since I purchased it on sale, and a lot of times I've actually, weirdly enough, seen the hardcover on sale for cheaper than the paperback, which is very strange, but there's a nice little extra detail for you guys. That is where I bought my copy, was Amazon. Yeah, let's see. As a whole, I, without a doubt, even though the characters didn't meet my mark, I think as exceptionally well done as the plot was, how interesting and intriguing the story was, I can still 100% say I give this book a solid 10 out of 10. It's very well done. Minus those couple little caveats. Easily a book I would pick up and read again. Easily. Let me know in the comments, guys. Have you read this book? Have you thought about reading this book? If you like this video, help me out, please. Give me a like. If you do not like this video, you know what to do. Blast me. Comment if you feel like commenting. And be prepared. Plenty more content on the way. I am working on this as often as I can, as much as I can. Thank you so much for all of the support. And as always, guys and girls, read on.